Hi, I'm Janae Broxton, and I am so excited to talk to you about how to calm the soul to live an abundant life. Did you know that over 70% of adults in the last year have felt so stressed they have been overwhelmed or unable to cope? Over 80% of teens in the last year have also felt so stressed that they have been overwhelmed or unable to cope. Over 17% of children have a diagnosed mental, behavioral, or developmental disorder. And only 28% of Americans say they are managing their stress extremely well. What is stress? Stress is the feeling of being overwhelmed or unable to cope with mental or emotional pressure. These are the top 12 causes of stress: the death of a loved one, increase in financial obligations, chronic illness or injury, moving to a new home, getting married, loss of job, work, divorce, parenting, financial problems, personal relationships, daily life, and busyness. The gut-punching truth: stress causes upset stomach, including diarrhea, constipation, and nausea, aches and pains, low energy, tense muscles, chest pain, rapid heartbeat, frequent colds and infections, loss of sexual desire. There are so many different physical effects that stress has on a body. What's even more crazy is that the list is so much bigger in the emotional and mental effects. Feeling frustrated, moody, feeling overwhelmed, like you are losing control or need to take control. Low self-esteem, lonely, worthlessness, avoiding others, constant worrying, inability to focus, poor judgment, and so much more. Mind-blowing consequences of long-term stress. A little stress every now and then is not something to be too concerned about, but ongoing and even chronic stress can cause many serious health problems, including mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, personality disorders, heart disease, high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, eating disorders, sexual dysfunction, loss of sexual desire, skin and hair problems like acne or eczema, and stomach problems. How to go from chaos to calm. First thing is to recognize that stress is a part of life. And while you can't always control your circumstances, you can control how you respond to them. When stress becomes so overwhelming or it's chronic, it can take a toll on your well-being. And that's why it is important to have effective stress relievers that can calm your mind and your body. Why is it so important to calm the chaos of stress and mental and emotional issues? Our children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, godchildren, our future generations are watching us. They are seeing how we are coping or not, and they are learning what to do. This is vital. These are some highly effective tips for relieving stress. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness describes practices that anchor you to the present moment. It can help combat the anxiety-inducing effects of negative thinking. These books help tackle hard situations in a healthy way that lead to healing. All of these resources were written and designed by a child family psychotherapist. Drawing helps in relaxation and stress relief by forcing us to pay attention to details in the environment, which mimics the experience of meditation. Spontaneous drawing is also said to relieve stress and improve focus as it relieves your brain from the strain of continuous concentration. Coloring has the ability to relax the fear center of your brain. It induces the same state as meditating by reducing the thoughts of restless mind. This generates mindfulness and quietness, which allows your mind to get some rest after a long day at work. Painting is good for your brain. It works your brain in unique ways. Increasing research has shown that painting not only tickles your creative itch, it could also provide cognitive benefits of its own as it increases your memory, reduces the risk of cognitive decline, stimulates emotional growth, boosts mood, and builds motor skills. Puzzles are good for the brain. Studies have shown that doing jigsaw puzzles can improve cognition and visual spatial reasoning. The act of putting the pieces of a puzzle together requires concentration and improved short-term memory and problem solving. Solving logic puzzles and doing mazes is like taking your brain to the gym. They exercise parts of the brain that may not be stimulated otherwise. Logic puzzles and mazes boost brain activity, encourage systematic thinking, build confidence, reduce boredom, and more. Crosswords preserve memory, cognitive function, and overall brain strength. Crosswords delay memory loss and help alleviate dementia. Crosswords alleviate anxiety because it forces someone to focus and concentrate. Word searches keep the mind active. While word searches may not seem like the most stimulating activity, they can do some good for aging brains because the process for solving a word search is to look at the clue for a few letters to find a word. This activity can help seniors sharpen their reasoning skills. Final thoughts. If you or someone you know constantly talks about feeling nervous or worried, often mentions they are not feeling well, asks a lot of what if questions, constantly beats themselves up, is looking forward to wine time, calls themselves a hot mess express, or uses the phrase, I'm fine, or I'm okay. These are all signs of future burnout and could benefit from these amazing resources. Information is knowledge. Please educate your loved ones. Watch for signs of burnout. Proactively communicate to your loved ones when you see signs of stress. They will probably say, I'm okay, or I'm fine. Look them in their eyes and ask them, how are you really feeling? Then wait. Listen. Do not fix their problems. Let them talk. Provide encouragement, love, and support to them. And ask them if they would be open to some incredible resources that could help bring calmness and peace to their lives. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it was extremely helpful, and I hope it encourages you to pour into yourself, to take care of yourself, so that way you can better show up and serve to your fullest capacity to change future generations and to change lives.